We've got our human sign on the oval, and the whole school's we're going to mark out the letters, spelling plant more trees, then the whole school's going to go in the letters. And I think an aeroplane or something will fly past and take a picture. The sign will say more trees, and it's going to be lots of people just going there spelling out more trees. The meaning of more trees to me is to plant more trees because they're habitats for animals and they take in carbon and release oxygen. I just think it's a message to the older and younger generation.
I think it's just sending a message to governments and officials that basically the youth of Australia is also focused on climate change, and that we want to make a difference as well, and that I think it's good to show that Belmont High School also is we're also focused on tackling climate change, and that just because we're young we can't make an impact.
I don't know whether this one's right. Well, I reckon that one's better though.
It's not something you can say to people or you can describe. If it's more of something you can show, and that showing that to other people will make them really think and not like just say, oh look, the ice is breaking in Antarctica. But if you actually show it, people will do something.
If we don't do something about it, then this world is going to come to an end very soon, because we're going to run out of water, we're going to have no resources left, and I think it's the biggest issue that we as a society face today.
The letters that is going to be shown spells out cut CO2, obviously cut carbon dioxide emissions. We think cut CO2 goes straight to the point, and so everyone understands what we're talking about. This day and age of the technology that we use, the way we've been brought up, means using a lot of carbon emissions, and Australia being the nation that uses the most carbon emissions, we kind of have to put our foot out there and saying we have to slow it down. I actually get quite scared thinking about the future. I really don't like to think about it, but we're getting to the point where we have to open that issue up. I think it will be a very dim outlook. I don't think it's going to be a great one. We're going to have no clean water or water outright, and I think the apocalypse could quite possibly be coming. So
I feel in 20 years' time, maybe we won't have Antarctica, maybe we won't have beautiful rainforests, maybe we won't have clean water, maybe that desalination and things like that will become our only option for water because it's just not going to rain. Then that also creates a bigger problem with more carbon emissions. I just think that the outlook is very bleak for us at the moment, unless today we just all pitch together and start doing something and working together as a community.
We have to think about other things than ourselves, like animals and stuff. Like, they're not going to be happy when they go somewhere and maybe not have as much to eat as they were, and they'll slowly start dying off, which will be a really sad thing to see.
I think we need to look at it on a big picture and just try and get as many people involved as we can. Need to recycle more, maybe. We've got to really have to cut our carbon emissions and just trying to save as much as we can and just be resourceful.
I think the generation today, like people my age and older, the way we've been brought up hasn't been a great way. We've been told you can get whatever you want whenever, and a lot of people don't really understand what's going on, and once they understand it, they're like, oh, well, we're going to die anyway, so it shouldn't really matter, but truly it does. We want to keep this earth great and green.
I think that we need to make a change because the world's getting hotter and hotter, and this generation is the technology generation, so I want the next generation to be the ecologic and sustainable generation.
I was watching this movie called The Inconvenient Truth? Yes, by Al Gore, and that really changed my life. Made me switch to everything's energy efficient now, and everything saves water in the air.
We saw a movie called Crude, and that made us think about it all and how the oil prices getting higher and higher. I normally catch the bus to school now instead of my mum driving me, and my brother walks to kinder instead of driving, and we're saving more energy.
Well, I feel I can cut my showers short, I can make sure I don't leave things on standby, just little things. Like I'm never really going to be able to cut technology or these things out of my life because that's just the way that we live here in the 21st century. So I figure that every little thing that I do will count.
I think just get water tanks, save water, and instead of watering your veggie gardens and flowers and plants with clean water, you can use recycled water from baths and showers and stuff, and they'll just make a big role. It'll help a lot.
Me and my siblings, we use public transport. We take the buses quite a lot into the town and socialising, take buses. We also recently bought a new car, which I think we fill it up about once a week, which compared to our old one, which was a fuel guzzler.
I think people that own houses, normally people have just grass lawns when they can get rid of that and have trees and maybe some mulch. And it'll just make a big change if everyone does that.
I believe if a whole city, such as Geelong, we're quite a big city, getting bigger, can participate in showing other people, the government or other towns, that we can slow this down and stop it, it's going to be great.
I'd just like to send a message to all governments around the world and all communities around the world that everybody needs to wake up and realise that we're living here in a massive problem, and that if we don't work towards tackling it, not only the generations that are here now, but all our future generations are going to suffer because of it. We really just need to work together as a community, just put everything aside, all our differences, and just work together for this massive global issue because it's going to affect everyone. Nobody is safe from this.